Edifice builders. Not every building is an edifice.
She has an expertise in real estate, as she's been handling the social media for some brands. So I'm sure all of you will gain with her insight. And after her brief presentation, if you have any questions, then you can put forward and she'll be happy to answer.
Thank you, Edifice, for having me here to share something about what I really love. I'm sure social media is something that's picking up these days, and it's interesting to know how many of you are here. It clearly shows that you're interested and you realize the power of social media. I'm a dentist by education. I still practice dentistry, but as honorary service. I moved on to entrepreneurship. I was in the firefighting business for some time. Then I got educational background into it from Germany. I did my MBA from there, and I did a lot of research on social media. Came back to India, and ever since I've been working for social media. I've handled a lot of clients across all the sectors, from luxury brands like yacht clubs to there's a lake in Goa which is called Mayam Lake. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but in association with Goa Tourism, we've done a lot of Facebook marketing for it. And I've handled a lot of real estate clients, Shobha Developers, Satwa, Artha Properties, if you've heard of, it's in Bangalore and Chennai. And there's one more from Chennai. I'm currently handling all of these. And recently, Webenza, which is into analytics of social media, they ranked Shobha page as one of the leading pages for social media. Before we start, I'd like to know how many of you have Facebook pages for your business. That's quite a number. There must be a lot of things that you must be facing, a lot of issues, a lot of things that you'd like to know. So before I start, I really want to know what are the pain points, what is it that you really expect out of this talk. If you could let me know, it would be easier for me to help you out. Where do you get stuck? Is it the content? Is it the time management that you'll have to post every day? Or is it the analytics that you don't understand? Or what is it?
Mostly the content part.
The content part of it. What else do you think would be challenging for you in social media?
Business promotion.
Business promotion.
How to keep people engaged on your Facebook page without doing paid boost services of Facebook?
Right. That's a very good example. Anything else? Right. A lot of questions will be answered through my presentation, but if there's something more that you would want to know, I would answer it at the end of the presentation. To start off with, what is social media? Now there's a lot of confusion about what social media is. A lot of people think Google AdWords, Google Earth, and all of it is a part of social media. Social media is only social networking sites. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of these are social media where you can network with people. What Google Earth is, what Google AdWords is, it helps you get a better ranking. If somebody types real estate consultant or real estate, if your name has to come on top, it is all because of Google Earth or Google AdWords and all of this. Social media helps doing that. So this is a clear demarcation of it, and even when you talk about internet marketing, it involves a lot of things like email marketing and digital ads and social media. So social media is not necessarily email marketing and all of it. It is a different thing in all. There are a lot of things why you should use social media. The first thing that I would say is it's going to help you leverage your business. You would ask me, does it really generate leads? It does. It really does, believe me, it does. But the best part of it is, it's not just the leads. It's a lot of other things beyond that. Imagine having your outlet or your office at every nook and corner of Bangalore, or every city in India, or across the globe. This is not practically possible. But when you look at Facebook or any other social media, if you have a presence there, everybody can access it on the go. You are available to them globally. Once you are on Facebook, 100 million users can use your Facebook or check your Facebook. They're there all the time. So it's like you're available to them on the go. Be it somebody accessing social media from the middle of MG Road or from Mumbai or from Europe, you're still there for them. Though you're not practically there or you don't have a presence there, you're virtually present for them. It also creates a branding. When you talk about social media and leads, it's not always leads that you want. When will you get leads? If there are some people liking your Facebook page, it might not really be a customer, but he can spread a word of mouth. It could be his relatives, it could be his friends. Okay, this company is doing well. These people really know real estate. So let me ask them. So that is why you need to be on social media. It's not always leads, but it is a lot of branding, visibility. You might be doing well otherwise, but if people don't know you, they will not come to you. Which is why you need to be there on social media. How would it benefit you? Social footprint is something that you leave a trace, you leave a path for people to follow, for people to come back to you, for people to see what you're doing. Which is why you have to be present on social media. Of course, I would say the number of channels that you use, the more the better. But again, there is a glitch to it. If you're on all of it and you're not really using all of it well, it's going to tamper the image of the brand online. So it's better to be on some, but really active on some. Competitive advantage, of course. Now, if you're on social media and your competitor is not, by default you have an advantage. Because Facebook, just 2 days back, or even if you log into Facebook today, you will see it's declared that it has 100 million active users in India. So you already have such a large audience. You can tap the audience where your competitor cannot. And if both of you are on Facebook or any other social media, then what? Then what I would say is the approach that matters. You know, don't treat social media or any of the Facebook, Twitter or any of these channels as a dating site or as just a connecting site or something which you could share pictures with or, you know, blah blah, LOL and smiley and all of this. Treat it as a customer connect unit. Look at it as every like is a customer. It might not be a direct customer, it's an indirect customer. So your approach towards social media, especially when you talk about business on social media, it has to be indirect. It has to be customer oriented. Social listening is what you do when you have your customers or your audience connects with you on Facebook. For example, I have a good plot to sell or a good house. I put an image of that on Facebook. Okay, there's an audience who comes to me, there's somebody who clicks on it, likes it, says, what is the flooring used in this room? You would say, I have all my details on website, this is the link, please go and check. I would anyways go to the website. Why would I come to you? Why would I come to Facebook? That's the wrong approach. If there's somebody asking you something on Facebook, it's for one-to-one connect. They're directly connecting with the brand. So it's a wrong approach to guide them to your website because that they would anyways do. If they come on Facebook or if they come on any social media, it's to address the problem directly. They know that what is not otherwise possible is possible on social media. If you're a GM, if you're a CEO, if you're a marketing head, it's not possible for any of you to directly go to each one of your customers and talk to them. But it is possible for you to do it through social media. Customer retention is again one very important thing. A lot of good brands have turned their frustrated customers into brand ambassadors. Those customers have come back and written good things about the customers. For example, there was a restaurant in Mumbai. The client was not happy with it. He'd written something about it on Facebook. These people approached the client. They said, please come back to our hotel and we'll give you a 15% discount on your next meal. He did that just to avail the 15% discount. But the service that he got was so good, he became a regular customer of the place. And this was through social media. He went back to social media. He wrote, this is a very good restaurant. They do take care of customers. They do take care of the complaints that we give. And it's their word that people will believe. If I'm selling a product and if I'm a company, it's difficult for people to believe what I'm saying. But it's easier if your friend tells him that it's a good brand or these are good consultants. You can trust them. They will not sell anything wrong to you. That is when they will believe them more. If I tell them I'm not going to sell anything wrong to you, it's difficult for you to believe it. When is the best time to start? Whether it's a startup company, whether you've been in this business for 10 years or more, whether you're a B2B, B2C, you sell products, you sell services, whatever it is, it's now. It is already prevalent in US and European countries and is doing well since years. I'm glad that it's really picking up in India because it has a lot of potential. If you really tap the potential in the right way, you can get good clients, you can have good branding, and all of this is much cheaper when you compare to offline marketing. much cheaper. All you need to invest is good amount of time, a focus. There has to be a plan. You cannot just go whenever you want on social media, post a few pictures, post a few products and expect that you'll get views. It's not going to happen that way. Before I move on to this, I'd like to know, is there any other channel apart from Facebook that you are on? On LinkedIn, Twitter? LinkedIn, Twitter, and Pinterest, and Google Plus, all of it. That's nice. So for any of these things, there is one rule of thumb, ABC. You attract the audience with the content that you post or whatever you're doing. You connect with them. You build the network. You know, it's not them, as I told you earlier. It's not just them. It's their entire network that you're connecting to once you connect with them. And then you start connecting. You build network. You start connecting. This applies to any channel, whether it's Pinterest, Google Plus, LinkedIn, Facebook, either of it. There are a lot of channels, and again, it might be confusing. You know, it's not practically possible for each one of you to pay attention to social media entirely because you have a lot of other things to do too, unless you outsource the work. So if you are doing it on your own, which is the best channel to be on? I don't know, what would you prefer? Is it Facebook? How many of you think it's Facebook? If it is this one channel that you would want to choose, would it be Facebook?
Yeah, definitely Facebook.
How about LinkedIn? Twitter? Okay. Pinterest? Google Plus? What I would say is, Facebook has the maximum audience. That's the best channel if you want to do it only on one channel. And Facebook's not paid me for this, by the way. So there are a lot of things that you could do on Facebook, since this is the most important channel according to me. And it's not just that it's Facebook and it's easier for B2C or consumer products to win on this. So it's not that real estate consultants cannot drive leads through Facebook. It is, but it requires a lot of time and effort, and maybe hope that yes it will. You have to believe that it will. Since this is important, I'll run you through a few important things that you could do and you might not know. This is the page, as you all know. This is something called a cover banner. It can be utilized in a very nice way. You have some hot property that is to be sold now or in a month. For a month you would focus on that. Change this. Put a very good attractive image of that on this. Write a few details. If there are some offers, write about that. If there is some end of season sale or something like that, write about that. You can utilize this space to that. Not just put your company's picture or your office picture. You could use this to sell. It's like an advertising. As soon as people come on your page, they will see this. This is again the logo, which has to be standard across all the channels that you use. This is something called a bio. It is a description of your company. Let it be very crisp. It is something that the audience will read. It's just 2 sentences, 3 sentences. But the information on it should be precise, updated, and very short. People don't want to know what all you deal with. Pick one product that is your USP that drives maximum leads to you. If you are into commercial properties, residential properties, plots, hotel properties, what is one thing that really drives traffic to you? What's that one best thing? Portray that. Because if you show everything and if you're not specific, it's difficult for a person to remember. If you are into budget homes, it's easier for them to connect with you. Budget homes, oh yes, this real estate company does budget homes. You know, you might be doing a lot of other things also, but not just that. Don't portray everything. Be very specific. It's easier for you to say. Everything on Facebook has to be visually appealing. Remember one thing, that anytime any individual who comes on Facebook, it takes only 15 seconds for him to decide whether he likes the page or he wants to move on. Only 15 seconds. If the image is on that, if the content on that, it's mainly image based. The content is hardly 2 lines, 3 lines. You cannot write a huge description, though there's space for it. It's not advisable to write that. Focus on the image. Whatever you put, even if it is pictures of your offline activities, edit it. Don't just put it raw. Edit it so that it's visually appealing. Maybe add some text to it for people to understand. You know, people might not read the description that you put, but on the image they will read what it says. For example, if I am putting a quote, I would put the quote on the image rather than putting the quote on the descriptions when you post something, because that's easier for somebody to see. It's easier for them to share also. It makes sense to them. There is some text and there's some. If there is a property that you want to sell, for example, if it's in Sarjapur, Bangalore, mention it on the image. Don't mention it in the description. In the description, you could give a link to it. It's not important for you to mention all the details, not the link, and all of it cannot be on the image. But at least mention where it is. At least maybe it's a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom. It's a villa or an apartment or a villamint, whatever it is. These are tabs. These tabs are like maybe microsites within your Facebook page. You have a website, there are a lot of tabs on it. You click on it, you go to some microsite. Everything can be integrated on Facebook. So when somebody comes to Facebook, they don't really have to go to your website to see what is there in it. You can integrate all of that on this. Even the other channels, if you are on LinkedIn, put that here. You know, let people know that you are on LinkedIn. They will click that, they will be able to connect to you on LinkedIn. And as I said, the content of it has to be visually appealing. So this is about Facebook. Okay. The next thing I've seen that all of you are on LinkedIn. It's a very good sign because LinkedIn really gives credibility. It is a human face that is seen. So people tend to believe it better. The very important thing is to have your photo on it. The other thing is have a description. This is something about JLL realtors. They have a good description. This description has to be keyword laden. All your keywords that you want which help you in search engine optimization should be on this. Let it be precise, let it be crisp. And something very good about LinkedIn is this. Here, under interests, you have companies, groups, pulse and education. On LinkedIn, you cannot sell your products. It's not for selling your products. It's about selling yourself. It's about selling your knowledge. You have to project yourself as a thought leader. You cannot say, okay, I have this property, I want to sell it. When you project yourself as a thought leader, as somebody knowledgeable, people will come to you and ask you, what is it that you have? What is it that I can take from you? These groups have a lot of questions that are posed. Groups could be relevant groups like India Property or maybe 99 acres or something similar, you know, overseas properties, overseas investment, all of these related groups. There is a huge list of it. See what's going on, see how others are doing, see how your competitors are doing. Once you are on this, once you start participating on a neutral tone, just sell your knowledge. For example, if there is a question which says, what would be the real estate price after budget? Give your opinion, participate, don't hesitate to participate. It could be positive, it could be negative, it could be neutral, but at least you're there. Once you keep answering, you will be noticed. Once you notice, you can then slowly sell your product. There is something called recent updates over here. This is something that has to be updated recently. That's where you can put your property. That's when you can put about your company. Once in a while, about what are things apart from your property. You know, for example, if there's a blog, if there's something else that you've written, some news, some real estate news, you could post that on that. So this is about LinkedIn, and I've seen a lot of you are on LinkedIn. How easy or how difficult is it for you to get leads on LinkedIn? Have you been able to get leads on LinkedIn, or how is it? You have? Okay. And is there anything else that you would like to add for everybody else to benefit also on LinkedIn?
I think we should make good use of the groups on LinkedIn. It's a very strong medium to connect with people.
Right.
You can even promote your product on groups also. There are some groups where you can promote your particular property or even your company.
Absolutely. And the best part about LinkedIn is you can really categorize. If there is a premium property that you have which is 4 CR plus, you can target your audience accordingly. Because in LinkedIn you have seniority, you can target CXOs, you can target GM, you can target the B-level people, the senior managers and all of this. Specific targeting based on the title. There's specific targeting based on job description that you add. There's specific targeting based on the country, based on the location that you are, or maybe say there is a property which is next to some info park or something like that. Target all those companies in that area. You know, it's easier for you to get clients accordingly. Both of these, Facebook and LinkedIn, have an option called ads. This is paid marketing, but it is something that is generally ignored. But I like to say that it is really something that would benefit, especially if you're something that, if you're starting off on Facebook. It really gives that initial boost. It catalyzes you. It's when you say I'm getting a lot of likes if I'm running a Facebook ad, is it really a like? Think about it. It is people who are liking it. So you're actually having people who are following your company. It could be a prospect line. It could be a prospect line's connection. So think about it that way. When you spend on Facebook, there are a lot of targeting options. It's a very targeted marketing on Facebook and LinkedIn, which might not happen when you do offline marketing. If you put an ad in Times of India or any of the newspapers, it is not targeted. On Facebook, LinkedIn, you can target it very specifically. To what extent, I'll let you know. There is demographics, there is geographic locations, there is sex, there is a lot of other things, but on Facebook you can even target the device that people use. It could be, you could target people who use it on phone or on tab or on desktop, or you could even target the operating system. For example, I want only the iOS people to use it, or I want only the Android people who are using Android, this ad to be appeared only on that. You can target it to that level, and there are a lot of interests that are used in Facebook targeting. That could mean anything from the products like Chanel or Rado or watches or cars or even cereals for that matter. Say if you have some hot selling property which is for the engineers or that class who are into senior manager or assistant manager level. IPL is something that's coming out. This is the best time to run the ad. Use IPL, use targeting option as IPL. There are a lot of people who like the page, there are a lot of people who like the people connected to it. Pepsi or maybe Dhoni or something like that. Use those. Use people who like those pages. Use people who, those are into interest. So those, you can actually use those to target the audience. Even LinkedIn, as I said, it has a lot of specific targeting. So when you're looking for targeted marketing, when you're spending on this, it's exactly going to the audience. It's not going haywire. Of course, if we are talking about Facebook, I tried the location as India and Dubai or NRI or whichever country you think the
both locations.
yes, you have to put all the locations where these NRIs are staying, be it Canada, be it Dubai, be it USA, any place. But let it be specific. In US, you can even select the states. It's easier for you to target it that way because the states are defined in LinkedIn. You know which is populated mainly with Indians. So you could target it accordingly. And again, the interest. If there's somebody coming, if there are NRIs coming in to India, what are the things that they would use? The flights that they use. Is Emirates a better flight option, or is it Air India? Similar things. Use those kind of targeting options. Something that they would use on daily basis. Maybe some cabs, Ola cabs or something like that. That's something that they generally use. Maybe they like those pages. Something similar. There are a lot of other channels like Google+, Twitter, Instagram and Pinterest. Instagram and Pinterest are relatively new and these are mainly picture based. A lot of traffic can be driven, but it's not yet in full form in India. Google Plus is a very good channel to be on because Google loves Google Plus, and whatever you post on Google is really going to get very good ranking. Twitter again is something very short. It's like messaging to the whole world. Whatever you put on Twitter is just 140 characters and your message is to the point. Let it be humorous, let it be, and the best part about Twitter is it's very quick. The response that you get, the reply that you get is very quick. So when you're on Twitter, talk about what people want to listen. In fact, for that matter, on any of the social media channels, your content should be customer driven. Don't keep pushing what you want to push. It has to be something that what customers want to listen or want to read or what they like. All of you are on social media. The ones who are not, I would really recommend you being on social media. There are some very powerful keys to have a successful strategy or have a successful social media marketing. The first one is have a plan of action. You cannot just post and tweet whenever you feel like. You have to have a goal, a mission, a goal, a strategy, and how you would execute it. Just like any other good marketing plan. this also includes all of these things. If you don't do it, you will just randomly keep posting something. You're not going to get leads, you're not even going to attract the audience. It's going to be so vague for them to really understand the page or anything for that matter. What you are trying to convey is very difficult for them. Always use customized links and IDs. Now, how many ever of you have LinkedIn page or Facebook? How many of you have used your own Gmail ID to create the business page? Nobody? Do you all have a separate Gmail ID or mail ID for your Facebook accounts? Yeah. What I would suggest is have something that is totally different, not even the one that you use on regular basis. For example, if you have a business and if you are using an account for regular business mails, do not connect that to any of the social media channels. It is very crucial because tomorrow, if there's something, first and foremost, it's not really safe. When you talk about privacy and all of it, social media is not very safe. There are a lot of things that could happen. The other thing is, when for example, you outsource the work to somebody, you given your mail ID for them to handle your social media. If that person leaves, your page is gone. You cannot change the mail ID once you've created a page. Create a mail ID which is exclusively for social media. Use that for all the social media channels. So whether it is you handling it, whether you're outsourcing it to anybody, you can do it without fear because there's nothing personal that's leaked, nothing of your business that's leaked out. And again, if there is somebody changing in the company, they will not block your account. They will not be able to because you again have something different. At the most you can change. And all of these can have an option to have more than one admin. So my suggestion would be have at least 2 to 3 admins so that if there's somebody who leaves without notice or if there's somebody who's trying to play mischief with your brand, you at least have an option to block them. Customized links, when I say, I mean on Facebook, if it is Bangalore Properties, it should be, /Bangalore Properties, facebook.com/Bangalore Properties. It should be the same on Twitter, it should be the same on LinkedIn, it should be the same on any other social channel. Because it makes it easier for the client to understand. When you go to any of these marketing or any of these events, all you have to put is that link after the slash. So be it any channel, it becomes easier for the client or for any person who wants to approach you to remember that. Let it not be complicated, let it not have numbers because that's the most difficult to remember. You wouldn't know what number it is. But if it's a name, if I remember your name or if I just have your card, it's easier for me to connect with you. When I'm free, I might just log in, check what's going on. It's easier. Differentiate your business page from your profile page. A lot of people, what they do is from my profile page, I'm using the business page. Or on my profile, I post pictures about the real estate or the products that I'm selling. It's not right. Or even for that matter, when you create a page on Facebook, a lot of people create a profile instead of page. There's a clear option at the end of the Facebook page to sign in as a page. People generally tend to sign in on the topmost column. Sign in, put the business name, they put the business ID. It's not a page, it's a profile. And every profile that is selling products and that Facebook realizes is not human can be blocked in future. The filtration is not that strict yet, but it is going to be. So what you need to do is have a page and not a profile, and this is the same for any of the social media channels. When you're on more than one channel, like LinkedIn and Facebook, on your LinkedIn, say that you're present on Facebook. Let them go and see that. At least mention it. If you mention, they might see, okay, for any reason for that matter. If it's on Facebook, put your LinkedIn profile there. If there's somebody who likes your page, LinkedIn gives them credibility. They say, okay, fine, he's on Facebook, there's not really a lot of trust that people have. But LinkedIn, you think that yeah, it's more credible because you also have that option of how are you connected to that person. If you see on the right hand side lower column, there is an option where you can see how you're connected with a certain person. When you give an option to like or send an invite or connect with the person, it's through your connection. So it gives you more credibility. It makes you believe that better. So cross-link the channels. It's very important to integrate the online and offline channels and activities. For example, if you've attended an event which is exclusively for real estate, say Credai or something, you've participated, you had a stall, put all of that on social media. And not just offline to online, but also online to offline. While you're there, a small banner or probably a standee which says connect with us on Facebook can really drive you a lot of traffic. You know, it's easier for people to just check their mobile and see, okay, are you there? You know, then get back to them easily. For them to come back to the expo might be difficult, but for them to come to your Facebook page is not difficult at all. So that's the reason why you really need to integrate these. You said content was really difficult and engagement. So this is the key to it. This is something that's really important for any of the social media channels. What I have generally observed is the content that is put by us, it's mainly selling the product. What is our service? You know, I'm selling this plot, I'm selling that plot, or I've participated in this event. When I go to your page, why would I want to know only about you? There are only two rules, either entertain or educate. That is when the audience will connect with you. You entertain them, put something that's humorous, put something that's visually appealing, maybe home decor, it's related to real estate. It's not completely in that, but maybe if I'm looking for a house, I will also look at sites where I get good designs, so that I can do it for my future house. You know, I might start collecting a little ahead, or whenever I have free time, that would be my cooking, that's my interest. If I am building a house, that's my interest. So something like that, maybe having real home decors, or maybe having something related to it. So a simple thing like word jumble, you know, you write apartment in a wrong way and ask them to write it in the right way, you know, unscramble the word, write it, they will engage with you. At least they'll comment. You know, not just like. You want them to comment, you want them to share. And a lot of real estate news can be designed very creatively and put on that. If you have an infographic which says this was the price of real estate a year back, this is the price of real estate now, this is the price of real estate after budget. Don't use everything in one. How will I see the entire graph? Why will it impress me? Cut it down into smaller content. See, this is the price that's going to be after budget. Want to know what's going on after budget or planning to buy a house? Do it before budget. Why? Put a link. Put a link of that article you've read. It could be from Economic Times, it could be from Magic Bricks, it could be from anywhere. But put something relevant. Put something that would interest them. Once in a while, you could put what you said, because we are eventually there to sell what we have. So once in a while, put something that you're selling, something that your service is, what your USP is, what's your brand, not just what you sell, but why are you a better brand, why are you better than your competitors, what's your USP, design it and put it. Don't just write it because nobody is going to read it. It's only visual things that really affect on Facebook, and people tend to remember that better than any of the other things. Emphasize on standardization because this is really important for branding. When you have a logo, when you have a color scheme, any of it, if you're different on different channels, it becomes difficult for me to identify you. Logo size, color scheme, fonts that you use, to that extent that even the position of the logo on an image. If there is an image that I'm putting on Facebook, I would put a logo every time on one single place. If it's in the middle of the image, on top, I would put it there. If it's to the left top corner, I would put it there every single time. When I say Bangalore properties or something similar, you know, I just remember the logo. I connect with the brand that way. I first remember the logo. I first remember how it looks. I might not even know what they are into, you know, but I would have seen that logo somewhere. I would have seen that logo in my friend's post. I would have seen that my friends liking that post. And one important thing about this is, anything that you post on Facebook or any of the images, make sure that you have your logo on it. It has to be there because when people share it, they share your logo also. When it goes to my friend and their 100 friends and their 300 friends, because growth on social media is exponential. It's not 1 plus 1. It's 1 times 1, 2 times 2, like that. So it goes to everybody, and not the description might not go. The image will. When you share the image, I might download the image, share it on a different media also. I might put it on Twitter if I really like it. If there's some home decor which is good, I might put it on Pinterest. I might pin it on my board saying, wow, nice decor. And that's your brand. You didn't even post it on Pinterest, but it's already there because somebody else has posted it. So these are a few very important things. This is the last one, but I think it's very often neglected. How many times you've had a lot of satisfied customers and you've let them go just like that? You know, you have not asked for any letter, any testimonial. any reference, ask them to do that. They are also on Facebook. Ask them to just write a short note saying, keep a customized standard if required. It's easier for them to write it. Ask them to post it from their Facebook. Ask them to post it on your LinkedIn through their LinkedIn profile. It really adds a lot of value. This is generally neglected. If there's an event happening, if there are people coming to your event, if they say something good, record it. Put that on your Facebook. Put that on all the social media channels. Because people will believe them more than you. Tag all the people or tag them even. Even if you just tag them, all their friends know that you are there. Because you've tagged them. That was all about the essential things that are required on Facebook. So I'll move on to the next bit of it. These are the 3 very essential things that are to be done if you plan to be on social media. The first one would be maintaining. Regular activity is a must. Every single day. There is no Saturday, there is no Sunday for social media. In fact, if you really want to sell your brand or sell your products, it's the best time that you can post something. Because maximum people are there on Facebook and Twitter for a longer time on weekends than on weekdays. They really have some time to go through your page. So if you keep it blank, then it's really going to harm your brand. And remember, Google likes fresh content. So every time you put something new, it's going to give you a better edge ranking. It's going to keep appearing on the news feed. Of course, there are a lot of other algorithms that are involved, but this is one basic thing that you can do from your end. You know, keep it fresh. Post something every day. Again, the timing is also very important. You know, try different timings. See what really gets you more likes. Again, even for the content that you put, if you put a quiz, you know, see how much engagement, how many people are liking it. Every post that you put, try putting something that will ask them to comment, that will compel them to comment. Even if you're running a campaign or a contest, let it be short and precise, which people can access even on the go. Monitoring it, everything on social media happens real time and it's really viral. It's like forest fire. So if there is a single negative comment, it spreads in no time. Monitoring, ideally, we do it every half an hour. It might not be possible for you, but at least once a day, once a week. Monitoring is really important. It's essential. It must be done. There are positive comments, there are negative comments. When you do not have positive comments, when you have positive comments, it still can be ignored. It has to be utilized, of course. It has to be shared across different things. But when you have a negative comment, how would you handle it? Say if there's something that's negatively written about it, it has to be really handled very well. The last one would be measuring. On social media, there's a lot of time that you invest. There's some amount of money, but a huge amount of effort. What is the return that you get out of it? You know, does it really give returns? Is it always monetary? A lot of times you get leads, okay? And leads, do not expect leads in a month or 2 or 3. Social starts working after 3 months. So you have to be patient initially, not get disheartened, and really keep trying new things. It's all about trial and error. Try new stuff. You know, try posting new things that will engage your clients. And again, if there's something that's really engaging them, for example, if there's some real estate news that I share, and I get a lot of likes for it. But if I keep putting news every single day, at the end of a week, I'm not going to get any more likes for it. Because it's really boring for them. They need something new every time. So that's what you need to do. And you need to measure. Now, it could be in terms of, it could be in monetary terms, like getting a lead, but a lot of times it is branding. It's visibility. You're not visible right now. Your brand is there. You're doing well. But is it really visible? Do people identify your brand? No. That can be obtained through social media. There is visibility, there's branding, customer engagement. Okay? And when you build that network, it's much faster than you would build offline. You don't really meet so many people offline. You can meet so many people online if you really have a good strategy, if you really invest some time and effort in it. If you cannot do it, outsource it. But it's really essential. Whatever amount that you spend on this, it really does get returns. You know, either directly or indirectly. And apart from that, your customer testimonials. You know how important it is for you to get those. When you get those online, it's like getting a certificate in front of everybody. It's like getting a trophy which you can showcase. All of these things are intangible but very essential. A good return on investment of the time, effort and whatever you put into social media. So that's about it. And if you have any questions, I could take it now.
You professionally advise agencies or businesses how to?
I do all of it. I plan end-to-end strategy. I concept design if there's a campaign or something. I handle the entire brand, all of it.
Start contest.
Very simple. It's just like a normal post. Okay. Design it in a way that it says it's a contest. Put that star. Put the prize that you're going to give. Put what it is, but don't put too much of text. It has to be something that they see and they understand. Okay. Keep posting that for a number of times. If you have the budget, try running a boost post for it. Try running a Facebook ad for it so that there are a lot of other people looking into it. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, informative at the same time, so education as well. Let me take this opportunity to thank you, all of you people for coming here for such a very short notice. And let me call up Mr. Nikhil, our CMD, to say a few words.
Thank you for coming in. I hope it was informative. The idea is that everybody goes with the information which is readily available. It's just that it was too much. So thank you. Please come.
Some more?
Thanks a lot for coming here. Thank you.
Edifice Builders. Not every building is an edifice.
I'm Krishnan from Jones Lang LaSalle. Edifice, I think, is a well-known name in the Bangalore real estate market, and I'm glad that they're taking the right steps in sort of educating all the channel partners and all people involved to be more e-friendly, if I could say it. And the entire event, a very nice way to go about interacting with the market, interacting with the people, and also educating it. I think it's a right step for a developer, and I think it's something that should be followed by the rest in Bangalore. Thank you.
Is an edifice.
My name is Srinivas. I was working as a general manager. Recently I resigned, started my own firm by name DS Shelters. Now I'm a channel partner to some big companies in Bangalore. I've been in this business for 17 years. And searching, while searching the big companies, I found yours is one among. And today the program was excellent, very informative, and the people who has thorough knowledge about social network can exploit the business. Yes. And in fact, I have to congratulate your company having arranged this program. Very much thankful to you.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Dwarkanath from DS Shelters. We are put up in Sajjapur Road. It is a real estate company, and we came to know with invitation. We are happy to be part of them, and we are very happy today's function and presentation particularly. Ms. Shah has given a wonderful presentation about what is the future market and future developments in the software and the marketing. So it's a pleasure to be in this time and take more information. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Andrea and I've come with my dad. He's from Bangalore Estates. They're located in Hebbar. So this talk on social media is really helpful because with the growing increase in technology and networking, I think it's a really good way to reach out to your clients and promote your business. And Edifice is doing this is a really good step done by Edifice to inspire other builders as well. So it's a really good step. I think you all should continue doing this because it's a really nice way of promoting your company also. So I think it's a very nice and a very helpful step.
This is Jogan. I'm an executive for special projects for Reaching Hand. I've attended the session today, and I've realized social media is one of the kings in building our lives and making it much more easier to sell a product in itself. It has also reduced the amount we spend on advertising indirectly. We reach to a larger crowd as well as it spreads. Social media not only brought me to an enlightenment where it is just for social purposes, but also the fact that you can promote, you can make people aware, and also you can sell. And it's also a common point where people meet together, and that's what I came and gained out of out of the session today. I think that's about it. Had a great time with you. So,
hi, my name is Thomas. I'm from Home Shikari. It's a TTK service product. We are an online portal providing services to the builders and developers in the Bangalore region. Edifice has been a wonderful client for us. We have had the greatest kind of interactions with them. Going forward, we're looking for a great relationship with them as well. These kind of interactions which we have had as today, they serve as a real motivation, to help clients like yourselves. It's very rare that we get to interact with builders and developers on such a platform. It was great that you organized a social media interaction. I think Dr. Nayasha gave a wonderful presentation. I thank Nikhil and his entire staff for staging this, and my best wishes for your organization. Thank you.
Edifice Builders. Not every building is an edifice.